If you want to get so jacked, this strategy will 100% get you there. I'm talking bigger chest, wider back, thicker arms, and a physique that actually looks powerful, even in a shirt. So forget every generic information you got online, and let's focus on what actually matters. If your goal is to look jacked, which probably is because you clicked this video, the first thing your training needs is a foundation built around compound movements. There's a reason. Almost every seriously muscular physique is built on some version of presses, rows, pull-ups, dips, and squats. They let you train a huge amount of muscle with a small number of movements, which means more of your effort is going toward exercises that can actually change your whole physique. Think of compounds as the 80-20 of getting big. A few movements can do most of the heavy lifting for your physique because they build the mass first. You don't need 20 different exercises to create that look. You need a handful of movements that are worth getting very good at. But here's the problem. These exercises aren't exactly a secret. Millions of people bench, squat, row, and pull up, yet only some of them build an impressive physique from it. So the real question is, what are they doing differently? Now look at one of your main exercises and compare it to where you started. If the weight, reps, and execution all look almost identical, that's the problem. Your body keeps getting the same challenge, so eventually it has no reason to become bigger. Progressive overload fixes that, and the idea is stupidly simple. What feels heavy today should eventually feel normal. The weight that used to intimidate you becomes something you can control. That's when compounds become dangerous for building muscle. The same chest, back, shoulders, and arms that handled yesterday's load now have to handle more. And this is exactly why constantly changing exercises can screw you. You finally start getting strong at something, then replace it because a new variation looks better online. So pick a few compounds that are actually worth progressing and make your old numbers look weak. A heavy press, weighted pull-ups, weighted dips. And by the way, I actually have a weighted calisthenics system built around those last two. The whole goal is to make you unbelievably strong at weighted pull-ups and dips while building the bigger chest, wider back, and thicker arms you clicked this video for in the first place. And luckily, it's 27% off right now through the pinned comment. I'd really appreciate it if you at least checked it out. Now you could nail everything I've shown you so far and still leave a ridiculous amount of muscle on the table. Because the next part doesn't happen in the gym at all. If you want more muscle on your frame, you need to give your body enough energy to actually build it. This is where a lot of people hold themselves back without realizing it. They want a bigger muscle, but they're so afraid of gaining a little body weight that they never give themselves enough room to grow. So keep it simple. Start around 300 calories above maintenance and let your body weight slowly move up while your strength keeps climbing with it. You're not trying to get heavy as fast as possible. You're trying to make sure the extra weight you gain is coming alongside better performance, bigger measurements, and a physique that's actually filling out. That's what a good lean bulk should feel like. Your shirts start fitting tighter in the right places, and your body gradually has more muscle to show for all the work you're doing in the gym. And this is where people mess it up in both directions. Eat too little and you make growth harder than it needs to be. Eat way too much and you just create extra fat you'll have to lose later. That small surplus keeps you right in the middle. Enough fuel to grow without turning the bulk into a mess. But even if your compounds are progressing and your calories are exactly where they should be, you can still waste a huge amount of your potential in the final few reps of every set. This is where a lot of people completely misjudge how hard they train. The first reps feel good, then the weight slows down, the muscle starts burning, and suddenly putting it down feels very reasonable. But that uncomfortable part is exactly where the set starts telling you something. Here's an easy way to know if you're stopping too early. On a safe exercise, take a set to the point where you genuinely cannot do another clean rep. If you normally stop at 10, but you can actually do 15, you've been leaving 5 reps in the tank. That's a huge difference. You don't need to hit absolute failure on every heavy compound, but you should know what failure feels like. Because once you know where the wall is, you can train 1 or 2 reps away from it instead of stopping way too early and calling it a hard set. And that changes the whole workout. Now your compounds are progressing, your body has enough food to grow, and your sets are actually hard enough to give all of that a reason to turn into muscle. Now everything starts feeding into everything else. Your compounds give you movements worth getting strong at. Progressive overload keeps raising the demand. The extra food gives your body something to build with, and training close to failure makes sure those sets actually give it a reason to grow. That's when the physique starts coming together. Your chest gets thicker because your pressing keeps improving. Your back gets wider because your pulling keeps getting stronger. Your arms grow alongside both. You look more built without needing perfect lighting or a pump. So stop obsessing over whether the next exercise you found online is 3% better than the one you're already doing. Get these few things right and push them hard enough that your body has no choice but to adapt. And if you want to see the 2 upper body compound movements that build that physique, click the video on screen now.